Good morning. It is July 20th, and we're going to talk about multifamily properties. I went on Tampa Bay Real Estate Guide on ChatGPT and I started asking it questions, and here are the answers. If you're looking and shopping for multifamilies, then there are a lot of choices, particularly in Florida. There's a lot of financing options. There's a lot of considerations. Here's a lot of advice that you can use to decide where you want to be and what you want to do. But what I would do is I would ask anything of ChatGPT and see what they have to say. Now, right now, on Stellar MLS, there are approximately 1,365 properties. Now, Stellar has been merging or co offering houses and listings in more than just Florida. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and narrow it down to just Florida. And the multifamily market right now, there's 903 properties in Florida. And we're going to assume that we're not looking at high end stuff. So let's go ahead and take some of the listings out. Let's look at below $600,000. We have 515 listings. I'm going to recommend that you buy um, non-flood zone properties. I mean, it's just insane that the liability and having tenants in there that might suddenly find themselves homeless and they're got a rental contract with you. And I also would recommend you only look at the block because with Florida now having tornadoes, it is a whole new world. So these are your options for buying under 600 grand in Florida, non-flood zones, block properties. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. The cheapest property right now is $139,000 and it's only 276 square feet. All right, so let's say we've got to have at least a minimum of 1,000 square feet. That would be 500 square feet per unit, and that would give you two 500 square foot units if you're looking at duplexes. So let's say 1,000 square feet minimum. And that gives us 250 properties. Zephyr Hills, $209,000. How about that? Okay, we've got two, a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, and a 2 bedroom, 1 bath currently rented out or expected to be rented out for between $950 and $1,000. They're saying annual expenses is $3,570, and that's something we just can't live with. We cannot believe what they say. Annual net income $19,000 on a $209,000 property. You're talking about 9%. I just don't think that that we can rely on the annual expenses. In Hudson, on Dania, $220,000. This is a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom on one side and a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom on the other side. It's got huge backyards, and they are split. Not very good pictures. Gainesville, saying $19,200 in annual net income. Two bedroom, 1 bath, and they're situated near the University of Florida. Another one in Gainesville, Lakeland, Inverness. I don't know what that is. Bronson, that's an attractive looking property. Tampa, $275,000. They're predicting $18,000 a year in annual income. This is a one bedroom, one bath at $750, and another one bedroom, one bath at $750. Ponder that. But another one in Tampa for $275,000. Tampa, Titusville, Arcadia, Ocala, and these are all two duplexes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the triplex market just as a comparison. There's 23 of them under 600 grand. So the cash on cash on these might be better. $299,000 in Umatilla. Not a very attractive looking property. Wildwood, Winter Haven, Eustis. Hey, Daytona Beach. Tampa, $33,000. An annual income on $350,000. $48,000 on $409,000 in Northport. Now this suggests you're going to get a better than a 10% yield. Eustis. That's built in 1919. Hey, you don't see too many properties that are 100 years old, and that one's 106. Tarpon Springs, triplex. Yeah, I gotta say these triplexes may very well be a better deal. 36,000 on 449. See, the thing is, the 449 is not what the real market is. That's just the overpriced expectations and dreams of the seller. That's what asking prices mean. Hmm. Clearwater, $495,000. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the quads and see what they say. It's only 12 below 600 grand. This is $412,000 in Ocala. Mulberry. This has been on the market for 313 days. 35,000 in income, net income allegedly. We can't believe that. Cocoa. Tampa. Now we can do further searches and really tear it down really deep into the characteristics. Okay, there's 3 fiveplexes. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Plant City, $430,000 with annual income of $76,000. Those are huge numbers. I don't see how that's a fiveplex. This is a 5-bedroom turnkey residential assisted living facility, 6-bed ALF with 100% occupancy. So they're calling this this is really a shared living. It's not a fiveplex. Here we go, Grand Boulevard. Oh, I know this one. And they're saying $36,000. One efficiency, 111, 211s, 311s, and a 21. $449,000. The interesting thing is to look at the days on market, 54 days on market in Lakeland, and that's all we have. So what we want to do right now is we want to go ahead and you cannot look at these actives without looking at the pendings and the solds. So currently we have 517 properties on this list. Pendings are 0. That seems unlikely. Oh, because I have 5 or more still lit. Okay, wow, that would have been a real interesting challenge. Okay, so pending, we have 91 properties are pending in this criteria. Let's take a look at it. The cheapest one in Leesburg went under contract in 161 days. Went under contract in 13 days in Gainesville. 683 days. It sure looked like a frame house with siding. 0 days on the market. Wow, isn't that interesting looking? This is a brand new property. Year built 2025. Winter Haven. Holiday. 413 days on the market. All right, well, we're not going to get enough information out of this. So let's just look at what is really happening in the solds. 307 have sold in the last 6 months. Let's go back 30 days. And we see 46 properties have sold. So this is a very vibrant. Here's 16 properties that sold and closed in the last 15 days. The cheapest one went under contract in 11 days. They were asking 324. It sold for 305. And the number we want to look at is this sales price per square foot, $181. 8 days on the market, $165 a square foot. 3 days on the market, sold for $162 a square foot. 13 days on the market, sold for $25,000 less than the asking price for $183 a square foot. 335 sold for $325 in 7 days. 349 sold for $325, $156 a square foot. You know, I'm a big fan of the ones that have the garages. What did this sell for? $325,000. $1,150. I think that rent might be a little bit low. Are these 221s? These are 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and a 1 car garage for $1,150 a month. That is a deal. Oh, here's a Spring Hill. Yeah, these are very nice. $166 a square foot. Went under contract in 9 days. Bradenton, $360,000. Went under contract at $350,000 in 0 days. Income potential meets endless possibilities. Endless possibilities. Ocala, $149 a square foot. Longwood, $243 a square foot. St. Pete, $550,000, sold for $505,000. Wow, look at this. I've never seen anyone break it down like this. Very interesting. You got to give them credit. This is a triplex. Oh, look at this. A, B, and C. 2-story with 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. $1,700 a month. Yeah, this is somebody got a terrific deal here. I think it's a lot of property for the price. Ocala, $659, sold for $550,000. $109,000 below the asking price for $110 a square foot. Wow. Just goes to show, you just don't know. Are these 2-car garages? Wow. This is the nicest duplex I've ever seen. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, 2-car garage, $565,000. It sold for $550,000, built in 2023. Another stunning offering. 86 pictures. Wow, this was very well done. All right, so this is the nicest one. And I'm sure the next one will be even nicer. No, Clearwater. All right, anyway, I'm Randy Jenkins. If you have an interest in, let me see if I can get back on this thing. Reach out to me for information on real estate and mortgages. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.